Hi guys, so continuing on from yesterday, we're talking about the art of how to feel a feeling without overwhelm. It's a skill that I learned recently. I mean, the last couple of years. I'm not ashamed, I'm frustrated to say, because it could have saved me a lot of heartache if I just knew how to feel a feeling. We're not taught this at school. We're in fact taught the opposite during our childhood. As I said yesterday, we're taught to the why. We're going into the why, asking why are you feeling something. It goes into your brain, and you go into your brain and you start thinking of the story of the why. So you eventually you actually jump out of your body, and it's an escape hatch which we use until adult life, until unfortunately the chronic pain or the illness or whatever it is that's kind of pressed in all the years of suppressed emotions, suppressed anger, suppressed, society, we're not allowed to feel these feelings and express them actually in society, in our growing, we're not taught how to do it as well. So today I just wanted to jump on here and give you the four steps of how to feel a feeling. There's 4 steps, and they're super simple. It's just, and it starts off with feeling, getting into your body sense. So you don't ask the why, you ask the where. So where is it in your body? So you're getting triggered by something. Start off with a low, not too strong emotion, because if we're in a 10 out of 10 anger, it's very difficult. It's we need some other tools to regulate ourselves first, so that we can get out of the head and into the body and stay there. Because in fact, emotions, like I said yesterday, the emotions have been coded as unsafe. So we need to start feeling the safety in our bodies that first. So generating the safety, coding it, or let's say wiring it together with a feeling of safety when you're feeling the feeling, is really important. So start with a low number, like a 5 out of 10, frustration, anger, sadness, whatever it is, the emotion that you're feeling. So the first thing is actually to ask yourself the where. So where is this emotion situation in my body? Where's the sensation? So tune into your body. If you take some deep breaths. You can either sit or you can stand, depending on where you are. At any time you can do this. It takes a little bit of practice, so just to be patient and compassionate with yourself when you're practicing. And the first thing you do is you ask yourself, what am I feeling? Without getting into the story. So what am I feeling? What emotion is it in my body? And this calibration, we can start to learn how to calibrate our emotions. So is it a 4 out of 5? Sorry, 4 out of 10? Is it anger? Is it frustration? Is it sadness? Is it annoyance? I can send you a list of emotions, so you can start to and you just get curious. Is it frustration, or is it something else? Is it, or maybe there's a cocktail. It's a little bit of this, a little bit of that. So start to just notice and get actually curious about where it is in your body. We can start to, I always feel anger in my throat and my jaw. So I always tense up my jaw, and I know now when I'm getting angry. So you have you build a cartography in your body of where I feel the frustration, where I feel the anger, where I feel the sadness. I feel my sadness in my heart and in my much lower down. So you can start to build a kind of a cartography. That's for the advanced people here who have already been feeling a feeling for a while, and releasing it and accepting it and expanding it out. So the idea is that we just kind of create a sense of curiosity, rather than being judged, having a judgment of it's bad, it's not okay, I shouldn't be feeling this. Just allow the feeling, because a feeling, emotion, like I said yesterday, is emotion. It is energy in motion. It's a vibration. So if we just imagine that the more we press that vibration in, the more pain and chronic pain and illnesses, and it has to go somewhere. And what we do is we, like a pressure cooker, we literally, don't let it move. We just get out of our head. And in fact, most of the time we're frozen. The emotions from our childhood have been frozen. So it's actually, you jump back in time with triggers and various things. I'll go into that another time. So the idea is how to feel a feeling without overwhelm. The first thing is take a few deep breaths, stay in the body and calibrate. Where am I feeling it, and what number is it? Okay. Start getting curious about the sensations in your body. Is it what size is it? What texture is it? You can use analogies. Is there a temperature? Is there a color associated with the feeling? Is it moving? Is it staying still? Is it, so just get curious and start looking at, the kind of trying to define it, or use adjectives to actually just define that sensation. This really helps to stay out of the mind and in the body sensations, allowing it to just be there, and just be and move, just the isness of that feeling, without having all the judgment and all the shame and blame and make wrong that we normally have. And this is incredibly simple, but incredibly powerful. So, for example, you can start saying to yourself in your mind, oh, that's interesting. I'm feeling a 5 out of 10 angry right now, and it's okay. And I feel it in my throat. It's a pulsating ball, a tennis ball size, pulsating, tightening, so you can feel the energy, and it's kind of associated with a color of red or orange. That's just an example, but I just want to say that that's how you can actually just describe the feeling. So then you start, when you've actually just tuned in and come into your body and felt that feeling for a little bit, you can take a couple of minutes on that, however long you want. Just feel the sensations, like I'm feeling now my heart beating faster when I'm talking on video camera. And then you can just tune into that and just allow it to be there. And so the next step is to take a couple of deep breaths, focusing on the exhale, and without holding, contracting or anything, we want to think about up and out. So with the vibration is happening in our body, it's there. We're feeling it, we're acknowledging it, we're validating it. We're not judging it. We're feeling like, the expansion. And we just imagine, like, I don't know, you can imagine it like smoke, or you can imagine it as blackness, whatever. You just want to feel that expansion of the energy out of your body. And this is really interesting, because when we just literally just allow the expansion out, like give the intention of the expansion out of our bodies, it actually really does work and relieve, the intensity of the emotion quite considerably. So just try it out for yourselves. So, just imagine you can close your eyes, and you every exhale, you breathe out the feeling of whatever the feeling is, whatever the emotion is. You imagine it to expand out of you. It can expand out of the windows and the doors if it's so powerful and so strong. And just imagine that it's getting out of your system. The other amazing pro tip here is that when you're feeling a feeling, sometimes the feeling can be generated in your nerve. You can have actually absorbed the feeling from other people's nervous systems. So for example, when you're growing up and your parents were depressed or sad, or chronically sad or chronically angry, as a child, we're much more sensitive to emotions, other people's vibrations, and sometimes this actually can kind of get lodged in your own nervous system. And so one question you can ask is all of this energy, this emotion, mine? And just by tuning into the question, is all of this energy, this emotion, mine? You start to associate, that maybe some of it is not yours, and you can kind of get a percentage, like, is it 50-50 or 60% not mine? And you can just give the intention to send it back to the sender lovingly, without a grudge there, because this is literally, if it's not generated in your nervous system, this emotion, it's literally cannot be digested by your nervous system. So therefore we need to just allow it to expand out and to go back to the sender. And you'll find that once we actually, this is the whole idea about feeling a feeling, the riding the wave of the emotion. Once we feel that feeling to the end, and the message is being given to our system, we can actually, it helps us not to have to feel that again, or certainly not to feel it at that level, that intensity again. So you'll see that when you start to feel the feelings and ride the emotions of the wave of the feeling, they become less intense over time. And you can just tune in, like I said, start really tuning into the body. And so take that time to feel the feeling. Excuse me, take that time to feel the feeling. You see, that's the wave of something coming up. Take the time to feel a feeling and work on the judgment that you have about that. The third step is to give yourself messages. The third step is to ask yourself, what is the message behind my emotion? So here you're just tuning in. What's the emotion? The wave has kind of settled, the storm. You know, I often sort to my, think about it as like a riding the storm. There's a storm coming, it's come. We're inside the storm and now it's kind of going. At that moment when it's starting to ease and the emotions is not so intense, you can start to ask, tune into what it wants to tell you. And this is a kind of intention, the intuition kind of comes out here, that we are in, there's a message for all of us, specific and unique message for your nervous system for that particular emotion. And it can be various different types of messages. And if you can kind of tune into the body part that's, that was having the emotion, you can often get a sense of what it needs to tell you. So just be open-minded about it and just, ask your body what it needs. Okay. And then the fourth step is to give your body messages of safety. So this helps with the wiring in the brain. Your emotions are safe. They're safe in your body. You're going to listen to them. So say things like, it's okay to feel everything that I'm feeling. You can say, I'm beautiful and I love myself unconditionally, just the way I am. You can say, I accept all the parts of me. I'm now able to feel an emotion with safety. So you can start to develop a relationship with the feeling of the emotions, feeling your sensations without them actually just literally taking control of you. And you can stay present and not feel so overwhelmed by your outbursts of emotion that have literally, unfortunately blocked us for many, many years. So with that, I would like to just encourage you to help your children and your spouses and your family members to feel the feeling, and you can even coach them through it, even do it obviously with yourself first, but then help other people to feel the feeling. And let's start awakening of our emotional, the energy, the vibrations that have been blocked so long. If we can just start feeling them, we're going to be able to, in a safe environment and not to just let them out, we are going to be so much better off. So have a great day and I'll see you next time.